Hello, once again, this is Sheila. I'm from Cardstock Creations and Mini Albums, and today I am going to show you the inside front cover, how I did this. This is actually, I think this idea too came from the Scrap Queen. I think this was one of her ideas, so I just want to give her the credit for that. On this side, on your left side, there's a couple of flaps that flap up like this, and then there's a flap that opens this way, and then there's a pocket with a tag. Not too difficult. So I'm gonna put this aside and get my book, because we're gonna be assembling it in my book here. On the covers, the front and back covers, I don't believe there was a base page, but I want to double check just in case. Hold on. Nope, I just worked right on the cover, so we're not going to use a base page. Alright, this aside. Just want to make sure the pieces I have. Okay. Alright, so we're going to start with the flap on the left side of the cover, right here. Okay, so there are two flaps that measure 3 inches by 6 inches, and you're going to score each at 1/4 inch. And I am using my white paper again. I'm just gonna trim this. I can't believe I'm almost done with this book with you. I tried to do the videos as quick as I could. I'm just gonna bring up the light a little bit. I don't know if the lighting is good for you or not. Let me know, and I'll try to correct it for any future videos. I think my glue's almost empty on this bottle. Just about. Alright, so I'm just gonna lay this up top here. Kind of line it up the best you can. And then there's one at the bottom. There we go. Coming out better now. And I am just going to turn the book so that I can get it even. Lay it down, and then I would bring this just to see if you're gonna kind of make it right. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, so now there is a magnet, so let's attach the magnet. In the middle. trying to finish up these videos, and so I can get them uploaded, and then I can start working on my other projects. Oh, I think I made a boo-boo. I don't know. Yep. See if what happens if you don't lay your magnet right, it will repel. And I didn't lie it down right. So you just gotta turn it around. And there you go. Voila! That's simple. Alright, before we go on, I'm just gonna put my decorative papers real quick. Oops. I'm hoping that you enjoyed my videos and the way of me teaching you what I do. I try to be as detailed as possible. When I create something and then you go to do step by step, it's like, okay, I gotta make sure I do it all in the right order. And sometimes it works out perfect, and other times it's like, oops, I made a mistake, you know. So you just learn by that. I didn't make a piece of paper big enough to cover that. I wasn't thinking. I think I just jinxed myself. Down. This piece isn't quite long enough, but I'm going to lay it down anyway because this is just a demonstration. It's not, I'm not going to be giving this book to anyone. It's just for my reference. Just gonna lay this down. Okay, it's good enough. Okay, so that's that. So now we're gonna do this pocket on the opposite side. Just lay it over there. So let me just turn this over this way so you can see it better. So I'm gonna create this pocket, and let's the pocket and the flap, excuse me. So what did I do? Okay, I have the wrong piece. Okay, all right, so now we have this flap that goes here, and I'm sorry, I don't think, yes, I did tell you the measurement of those. Okay, on this one I took a piece of paper. Let me measure it because I didn't mark it. Where's my ruler? Did I leave it over here? Okay, this measures 11 inches by 6 inches, and you're going to score it at 5.5, and then you're going to fold it over just like so, And then we're gonna glue the back page right up to the edge here. So now I'm just gonna lay this down. And I am gonna open this up just so I can line this up the best I can. And squish that down. Okay. And there is a magnet, but I'm going to lay the pocket first because the magnet's going to go in front of the pocket. But before I do that, let me see, 1, 2, 3. I think I'm going to lay down a piece of this paper before I actually put my pocket. Usually I cut a smaller piece of paper, not use a big piece, but for right now I'm just going to do it because I forgot to cut that out, so you get the idea. Okay. Alright, so now the pocket measures 7 inches by 3, and you score at each end 1/4 of an inch. And you fold these down, trim off the corners. Okay, and we're going to lay the pocket here. Oops, almost forgot to glue the bottom. Okay, so let's lay that down. Try to make that even if you can. So before we decorate that, we're going to add our magnet. And I'm going to start by laying it over here first. Where did I do? Reason why I do that, attach it, is I want to make sure, I know I've mentioned it before, that the magnet lays down right, because otherwise it will repel the other side. So here we go. So that's that. So now I'm going to put my decorative paper down. And then there is a tag that fits in here. So I'm just gonna quickly do that before we finish the other part. Alright, so that goes there. And now the last two pieces. As you can see, I didn't cut these out very well. But I've been using scraps, so you can make sure you cut them to the exact length you want it. Front piece. Okay. Okay, so that's the front cover. You can add a strip of paper like so, oops, just like that to cover that up if you'd like, or you can just leave it blank. Or in the book I actually laid some stars, but it depends on what you're using and what you're using your book for. So this is the front cover. Alright, so that was quick, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, as before, just ask below and I'll try to get back to them as soon as I can, and you enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.